But when we first started out, we really focused on providing a great user experience. So, for example, we're able to process 10,000 transactions per second. So, typically we only process like 1,000. 10,000 is what like banks will process, but we can. Our algorithm is that powerful. Our experience is seamless. We have 2 million users on our app.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show, proudly sponsored this episode by zipmax.com.au. Get over and check them out. I've got somebody who is setting up and running an exchange, Marie, CMO of Gate.io, and we're going to have a chat about the exchange and all the exciting things that are coming out here in Malta and with the project. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Trader Cobb, and hi everybody. Gate.io is one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchanges. We've been around since 2013,
wow.
And we will be hitting 3 million users by the end of this year. So,
what? Real? Man, I didn't even know about this project. I didn't know about this exchange. Where are you got your clients? Like, where's it at?
We have clients from everywhere in the world, but when we first started out, we were mostly Chinese exchange.
Okay.
However, 2 years ago, we expanded internationally. We translated in lots of languages, and we now have a lot of international users.
Wow, 3 million users. That's an insane amount going on. From 2013, of course, that's like 5 decades in this space.
Yes.
Right? I mean, this space moves so quickly. What are you guys doing at the moment? What are you focusing on to build that exchange out? To make it more user-friendly, or is it to offer more products, more tokens? What are you guys doing to connect with the next 3 million?
Got it. So when we first started out, we were really focused back in that day, it was mostly retail traders. Since then, we've had a lot of institutional investors come in and more higher end traders come in. But when we first started out, we really focused on providing a great user experience. So for example, we're able to process 10,000 transactions per second. So, typically we only process like 1,000. 10,000 is what like banks will process, but we can. Our algorithm is that powerful. Our experience is seamless. We have 2 million users on our app. So we really focused on having that seamless experience. And then about a year and a half ago, we started adding in all of the new features like margin trading, margin lending, derivatives trading, investment plans. And it's proven really, really popular with all of our users. The newest thing that we launched and that's been incredibly popular has been our HODL, hold, right, and earn. And with this functionality, you're able to take your funds and either stake them. So typically when you stake coins, you have to run a special program. But on our exchange, you can just simply input it with that functionality and you get a return directly from that. Or you can lock up your coins for a set amount of time and you're able to earn up to 30% annual returns per year. So it's a lot.
And is that where you're getting your liquidity for your margin trading, derivatives?
We've got a lot of liquidity. We've been around for a really long time.
And with 3 million users, it's a bit easier, plus you've got all the contacts, right?
Yes, and besides from that, we also have a very advanced VIP system. So, if you're trading a lot, you get like discounts on fees and stuff like that, and so that keeps all the liquidity providers interested to make sure that they support us for the 200 plus cryptocurrencies that are on our exchange.
So when it comes to the margin side, because I'm a trader, I love using leverage. I mean, the more leverage I can get, the better.
Yes.
As long as there's liquidity to go with that leverage, slippage is the devil, and I avoid the devil very, very much.
Yes.
So what products are you offering margin trading on, and up to what level of margin leverage do you offer?
Right. So for margin trading, we offer up to 100x.
Okay.
So that's quite strong, and on all of the margin trading, it is done peer to peer. So we do not handle anything. We just take a fee. But it actually means that if you do margin lending, you can earn up to 73% annual returns per year. That's not all the time.
But it's not if you were in a deal the whole time, right? If you were
of course.
Okay.
It depends. Obviously, when there's a surge in Bitcoin, people want to typically borrow USDT to buy Bitcoin, and then they return it, and you can make a lot of money actually from just doing margin lending.
Wow, that's pretty special. So what do you guys do in the way of helping other traders? Okay, so like obviously my perspective is I've been trading for 13 years across multiple markets. Last 2 years I've been in crypto exclusively because the volatility is insane.
Yes.
We educate people. We teach people how to trade.
Yes.
What are you guys doing to sort of help people become educated in the space on the platform?
So on our one of our trading platforms for perpetual contracts, we actually have a testnet.
Okay.
So I think it's really important because when you do perpetual contracts, it's very high risk.
Oh yeah.
Right? So you want to make sure that you know what you're doing. So we really encourage anybody who's not like a professional trader to first try everything out on the testnet. Yeah, and you're able to, try things out. We also come out with like educational videos and stuff like that. And we're always looking to pair up with like influencers to kind of show how you can use the platform. In general, we've seen users find the platform easy to use, and everything can be automated for placing orders and stuff like that. So I think traders find the platform really great.
Now, when you say automated, if I raise an order, can I have a stop loss linked to that order as well, or is it buy first, stop loss goes in after? When I say linked, I mean like if I get triggered into the trade, the stop loss goes in, so I can raise an order and do this thing called sleeping.
Yeah,
and still feel comfortable.
Yeah, I believe that you can do that, yes.
Okay, because that's an important function for sure, absolutely. So, I mean, I didn't realize you'd been around for so long. Obviously, you're doing something right. Where are you based out of? I mean, speaking with a lot of exchanges as we do, it's just interesting to see where they actually set up their shop. Whereabouts are the most sort of, I guess, exchange friendly at the moment out there?
So we have offices in Korea, in Canada, in Malta, in Singapore, and in China. And we serve our 3 million users in over 130 countries around the world.
Wow.
So we were closed for a while to certain countries, but we've reopened up because we've taken precautions when it comes to regulation. In general, we're taking a look. Southeast Asia is one of our biggest markets. Yep. I think in general, one of the biggest markets in the industry. Yeah. But we're always looking to do new partnerships and explore new regions.
How does it work in the States? Because I know that a lot of traders in the US are not allowed to access and do, they can't trade with BitMEX. Is there a way around it that you guys have found, or is it just kind of a too difficult, too hard box?
For U.S. traders, margin trading is closed, unfortunately. But as soon as regulation comes up,
bang,
we will definitely be adding that feature. I know it's one of the most popular features.
It's wild too, because I mean, in the US, I can trade derivatives of anything really. I can trade stocks, shares, bonds, commodities, and I can use leverage, and a great deal of leverage. Why would we see this space, crypto assets, as being anything different? A market's a market. I just don't understand why they want to shut that down, but everything else is fine. Sorry, I'm having a rant here, but I think it's just so ridiculous. But don't come and chase me. I'm a good guy, I'm a nice guy. So what new and exciting things are coming up for Gate.io?
So Gate.io is a centralized exchange. But we are going to be launching our new blockchain at the end of this year that will also be fueling our decentralized exchange. So one of the common misconceptions that we see in the industry is that people feel like centralized exchanges are trying to keep their funds, and that couldn't be further from the truth, because any quality exchange would rather you keep your funds in your own wallet, because actually it provides us with more risk and more liability. Yeah. So we always encourage users to keep funds safe. And so our blockchain, the real innovation is that there's going to be standard wallet, so a typical wallet just like you see when you keep your BTC or any other cryptocurrency. But we're also creating a vault account, a vault wallet, and in this wallet you are going to be able to revoke transactions.
Revoke them?
Revoke transactions.
Well, okay, so I know you sort of got your flow going here. I apologize for interrupting. But Is that going to cause issues when people sort of buy something and then take it back?
Yes.
How do we get around that?
Okay, so very,
trust thing,
very
right?
great question. We obviously recommend that when you trade for your Vault account, you trade to your standard account, and from the standard account, you will then trade with other people. It will be written in the tax ID, revocable transaction, so people will know that this transaction can be revoked. But why is this important? The Vault account is important because you can keep your funds safe. If hackers come in and steal your funds, or if you are a little forgetful and you forget your private key, as long as you've signed up with GateChain and put a password and stuff like that, you're going to be able to revoke those transactions.
Yep.
You're going to be able to retrieve those funds. So we are solving a huge industry problem.
Well, that's really exciting. I mean, everything else we've spoken about is pretty cool, but that's really, really exciting. And to give the user that safety, that feeling of confidence around their own digital assets being safe and achievable, it really takes away a lot of the power that hackers have. So well done. I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you so much.
Now, where can people find more information? Obviously, gate.io, check it out. Where else can they find you on socials and whatnot?
Yes, you can follow us on Facebook or on Instagram, Gate.io Global. And we encourage you to go to Gate.io to find out more about us. And if you're really interested in GateChain, you can download the testnet right now. Go to gatechain.io and you'll be able to find all the information there.
Marie, CMO of Gate.io, it's been an absolute pleasure
Thank
speaking
you so
with
much,
Thank you for your time.
Trader Cobb.
My name's actually Craig. I didn't even introduce myself. Apologies. Look at me go. I'm having a shocker. Enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen. Speak soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.